Take two, marker.
Let me think about that one for a second. Is it rolling right now? Or? Man, there's a reward at the end of the day. There's nothing better than being up early, watching the sun come up when it's dead quiet out there and you hear your cattle, you hear your horses, or the birds, nature in itself. And then going out and working with everything, and you know, you're gonna have your very rewarding days, and you're also gonna have some very frustrating days. Well, I was raised into it at a young age in North Carolina, and then we moved to Texas, got into rodeo, started riding bulls, started raising cattle in high school, and rodeoing at the same time, and just loved both of them. I didn't go to my prom, I went to rodeo finals. I never went to parties. You can ask my mom, I'd be out there with my cattle doing something. Never had a beer in high school, all I cared about was cattle and rodeoing. And I just love everything about both of the lifestyles. But the number one thing is being a cowboy.
I'm probably different than a lot of people. I didn't I wasn't raised on a ranch, and it was something that I've always wanted to do. And, you know, I guess as we're little kids, we always, you know, some want to be a fireman or a doctor, a lawyer, various things. And, you know, being a cowboy is one thing that I always wanted to do. And it's not like you really have, you know, an opportunity to do that. So I feel lucky that, you know, I had older cousins that roped and rodeoed, and so from a young age I was around the sport of rodeo. And then, you know, family had cattle, and slowly kind of got into it that way. And then as I got older, where I had the opportunity, then I started doing, you know, go out and help people work cows and brand. And I mean, once you do it, it's addicting. It's a lot of hard work, but it's the most rewarding thing ever.
I'll put it like this. Let's take construction. They give you a call, hey, can we get a hand over here? Well, you're gonna send them a bill, or they're gonna send you a bill, vice versa. The cowboy world, hey, I got some cows out, you mind giving me a hand? You drop everything you got, you ain't worried about getting paid. Let's go catch those cows.
There's like a set of rules when you go somewhere. It's just a respect that, you know, you're there to do a job. They're going to tell you what to do, and you're going to do it to the best of your ability.
Buddy calls you, hey, I got a bull we gotta go catch. It's not usually like, all right, you're gonna feel it there first, because you know it could get very intense. And yeah, riding, saddling up, going out there, going to find them, and then you spot them, and that's when it's on. Stuff happens, especially if you're going to catching a bull or something. You know, people can get hurt, people get killed. That's the big part of being a cowboy, is because not everybody can do that.
see how her horn gonna grow out and come out over her eye?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep her head when she dies.
All right, so we're down here near Waco, Texas at the Dead River Ranch, and this is Cliff. He runs the ranch, all the cattle operation here. So tell us your process of what the shots are that we're giving right now.
Basically, we're giving a 8-way, an IBR, a Vibrio Lepto to all the cows, worming everything, just getting them ready to be cleaned up and go through spring, gain weight, and hopefully raise good calves.
Yeah.
The spray is a 4-on wormer to help control flies and parasites.
You know you lied. We use a 9-way, right?
It's the same thing.
No, one fights tetanus and the other one doesn't.
A lot of people come together and do anything to help each other out. Whether it's, like I say, catching some cows, or something's calving, you need help, or you're stuck in the mud, or whatever it could be. Or say, hey, could you watch my stuff? I'll be away for a few days and need somebody to check waters or feed my horses. You're not going to charge them for that. It's just part of scratch my back, I scratch yours. And so, Cowboy community is a great community, if you ask me.
What we're doing today is we work the cows, give them vaccines, worm them, get them ready, go out and go back to grass, working all the calves, give them shots, vaccinations, worm them, castrate them, brand them, ear tag them, do all the things that we need to do so we can identify them if they should happen to leave the premises. This will help the cattle understand. It's nice, and I mean, they're pretty relaxed. I mean, if you look at them, they're just wandering around. There's nothing stressed, nothing terrible. But in the future, we have to gather. We've got a lot of rougher country, a lot of brushy country, a lot of river country, and this helps get the cattle where they're used to being around horses. They're used to being moved around. So in the end, it's basically we're training the youngsters on how to be handled as a group. These are all commercial cows. I don't have anything that's registered, nothing that we keep for breeding stock. So all of these will end up basically in the food chain. You know, we'll castrate all the bulls, turn them into steers. They'll eventually wind up in a feed yard. All the heifers, I'll keep some at the end of the year. Most of the heifers will also wind up in a feed yard. I say just a commercial ranch in Central Texas, and we're trying to feed the nation.
I've branded and worked on ranches from here to South Dakota, and had the opportunity to see a lot of country, but the people are just genuine, hardworking, honest people, and you know, you don't find that in a lot of places. And you know, when you meet a young child, it's always yes sir, it's a handshake, it's just the moral values that come along with it. And you know, and I think that's all taught because of the hard work. And at the end of the day, you look back at what you did, and you know, you're proud of that.
Some people use a calf table. We still do old style. Everything gets roped and drugged to a fire.
I truly love the old way of working cows with horses.
People, you know, now use four-wheelers and various things, but to see the old traditional ways going, you know, horseback.
A lot of people that use four-wheelers to think that they're saving some time, and yes, it does. You do save some time, but they also push those cows a little too much, more than they should be, when you need to ease cattle, whether it's heat or cold.
Roping and dragging in the branding pens and stuff is just, that's the stuff everybody wants to see. That's the cool stuff, and it's nice to see that passed down too. One
thing I love about the old cowboy way of life is using horses, dragging calves to the fire to brand, not a table, and working with your hands and doing it, you know, with your family and friends, and carrying on the tradition that those families have carried on for 5 or 6 generations.
My favorite part is just the relationships you build, and honestly, just the satisfaction at the end of the day. You know, like I said, everything that you do it's the hard way, but you know, when you do something and you earn it, and it's the hard way that you accomplish something, it's always bringing, you know, satisfaction.
What's the funnest part about this process?
When it's over and I get to go home. This right here, that's what they enjoy. Get him, Spencer! That's the part they enjoy. The dragging the calves, things get a little western, a little rambunctious. That's what keeps the kids happy.
I grew up doing this. I mean, I've literally done it all my life. I grew up on a ranch with a bunch of men, and I don't know, I was always raised to work alongside them, and I don't know, I really like it. Just something I really enjoy. I like being outside. You know, I went to school, but sitting at a desk isn't for me. This is definitely like where I'd rather be.
Why do you enjoy doing this? Riding horses, roping, and being out here?
Because it's better than doing schoolwork.
You know, that's fair. I have to agree.
What's something that you would want to tell, you know, future girls, you know, that may be interested or curious about this way of life?
That you can be just as good as the boys, if not better.
What is your other than rape?
I castrate a lot of them. Like, that's pretty much my job. Like, sometimes I'll give shots, but typically I'm castrating. Like, I've got some really pretty cool knives that I use. So, I don't know, that's just that's what I do. The boys say I enjoy it a little too much. So they've got a little bit of fear of me, just a little.
What's the best piece of advice your dad's given you?
Don't get aggravated and just keep going.
That's definitely the best advice.
As far as the land goes, I absolutely love the land. You hate to see it in a drought. You hate to see it in a flood. And so you do whatever you can to help nurture your land. But the love for the land, I hate to see it trashed. I hate to see even land that ain't mine just trashed on the side of the road. It's just the land in particular. And as far as animals go, man, you have a strong relationship, especially with horses. You know, they know you, you know them, and you don't always click, but when you do and everything works out good, whether it's working or rodeoing, just a strong bond. And it goes the same with dogs and stuff. Of course, cattle, if you see a calf or something stuck in a fence or something has a broke leg, whatever, you do anything you can to help that animal, no matter what kind of animal it is. But yeah, love for animals and treating them right and respecting them goes a long ways.
The cowboy lifestyle is something that, you know, not too many people try to change. There's so much genuine authenticity to it, and it's everything. It's literally how you carry yourself, it's your work ethic, it's your moral values, and, you know, I think to see that passed down to the next generation, you know, whether those kids keep the family ranch going or, you know, cowboying or whatever it is, they're taught lessons that you don't learn in school or, you know, no colleges or anything like that. It's just that work ethic will carry them through anything.
I don't know, probably 35 something years deep of being a cowboy, and I've done a lot of different cowboy things, but there's just something about it, and just the word itself, cowboy, says it all. I wouldn't change it for nothing. And some people say it's a dying breed, but if you ask me, cowboys are too tough to die.
Wandering through Wichita, doubt my salvation on account of all the ways I've gone wrong. And I'm lonesome, lonesome and lonely.